Hello everybody, this is the natural swimming pool. It's finally finished, passed all the testing, overcome a few hurdles and all is well. So what we have here is we had two swimming pools next to each other that already existed, and I jackhammered two channels in between and concreted it up, so so they join up well, and I've created kind of like a little river current flowing up this way, down there, keeps going down this direction and back into the pool. Now I've also got this airlift pump over there that sucks from the back of the pool, from the ground, and that's actually running pretty fast, so we would easily get the full body of water through this system each day, easily, 2 times over probably. Okay, now what we have is this growing medium is from the local riverbed. Now when you order crushed rock or sand or anything here to make concrete, that's what you get. The riverbed is about, there's lots of them, but the one that we sourced this from would be probably like 500 meters wide and many kilometers long. And it just gets torrential during the wet season and then completely dry in summer. So they just go in and they dig up these truckloads of the sand and stone. Now these grasses, they are from the riverbed also. So we've emulated the local environment using the same growing medium and the same plants. Now these kind of like date palms, not date palms, sort of beetle nut palms, these small little champagne palms that are growing here, also grow in irrigation channels and can survive being sort of submersed in water. Now they're planted just above the water level, so to avoid the trunk rotting, but the roots are obviously fully underwater, fully submerged. Okay, so what we have, these pipes, they are connected to a buried underground network of pipes that are all connected. There's 4 here that are connected onto the same one. Now this one here, it's running pretty slow. That is connected in this section, in this stairwell. We had this stairwell and we were thinking, what do we do with it? And I figured I can make it the leaf trap. So we've got the current flowing this way, and now this one here, that blows all the leaves and stuff like that into what will be a net, but we haven't really needed it. There's been so little leaf matter falling into the pool. But it does work a treat. It was really good how that worked. So this small one here, that's running quite slow, that's actually connected to a pipe at the bottom of that water. I don't know if you can see that, it's pretty bright. So it sucks from the bottom, so the water flows into the top of that stairwell and goes down and then blows along here. Okay, the water's actually a bit low. Haven't added any into it for a couple of months, a few months probably, but so it's just been relying on the rain. The rain season is just sort of getting underway, so I put a few inches in it a couple of days ago. Okay, so what issues did we have? First issue was when I tested the water initially, the water from our well. It contained close to zero nitrates. Now that was during the wet season. When we filled the pool in the summer, the nitrates tested way higher, which was like so high that it's a dream come true for algae. Now what happened is after a couple of days, super sunny, water rich in nitrates, the algae just started growing immediately and it went a kind of green colour really quickly. We thought we'd just wait it out and see how it went and just how much algae would grow. The whole thing was this pool was just like algae soup. It was thick. It was like a forest of like, it starts out this powder and then it grows looking like these tree looking things. It was quite amazing. And so we just let it go. But then after about two or 3 weeks, the algae stopped growing, and when testing the water, there were no more nitrates. So I was like, okay, so it had exhausted itself, but the pool was an absolute mess. And so we drained it and had to clean it because there was algae covering everything. But then the next time, we decided, okay, we can't take the nitrates out of the water quick enough. Our plants can't anyway. So we just let the algae grow for a few days, and then we would scrape it using one of these little things, this traditional kind of broom. Scrape it all off the walls, and then with a net we'd try and take out as much as we could, just so it wouldn't completely take hold and stain the walls and make too much of a mess. So we kept doing that every couple of days. And after a few weeks, the pool was still looking pretty clean, but you could see there was algae still growing on everything. But eventually it stopped growing. And testing the water, there were no nitrates again. So it had exhausted the nitrates, and since then, it's been about 2 months and nothing has grown. We've got these little shrimp living in the pool. We've got all these other little tiny crustaceans and stuff living in the stones. And we just got back the biology test, which was the second kind of major concern when building this. I was worried about pathogens in the water and what we would actually find. We didn't know whether that well water actually contained lots of agricultural runoff or things like septic tanks that leach out into the water table and things like that. So we had no idea what we'd find, but both the well water and the pool tested perfectly clean and there were no pathogens, which is so good. Now these pumps, each of these pumps has an air stone. We've got connected 2 100-watt air pumps and using the airlift system, so they're connected to an air stone underwater. So this has lots of oxygen in the water, and this biofilter works very well. So these grasses have just exploded and they'd have a massive root network under the water, and same with these trees. Now I'm going to start planting some other plants in it now. Just thinking like something like Vietnamese mint that will spread out a bit, create a bit more shade. Because another thing is, in summer it gets so hot and this water will probably get well over 30 degrees. And I think, what is it, about 31 degrees, the water stops being able to hold being able to hold oxygen, and then everything starts anaerobically, the system goes anaerobic and starts getting toxic, which is an absolute disaster, and all sorts of diseases breed in that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have to put some kind of sail over this one. Now we've got these grasses tied up at the moment because when we were cleaning out the algae, this grass is like super irritating to the skin. So we just tied it up and so we could clean, but maybe we will untie that to shade this section of the pool to help keep it cool. All right, now these are our little this is where we keep the air pumps. Now I've got built a little exhaust fan on these, so I'll show you this one now. Okay, so we've just been working on this since the power set up. Okay, hey little lizard. Okay, so that's the exhaust fan, the air pump, LP100. I think, what's his name? David, the guy from the UK. The David Parker or something? Yeah, he recommended those pumps, I'm pretty sure. But he's the guy I got the airlift pump idea from. So anyway, this is it. Hope this has been helpful. Any questions, post them below and I'll try and answer them for you. Thanks guys. Bye.